bad investment, more like good investment. Welcome back to the channel. All right, while Jeff gets the dimple dies set up, we're gonna be working on the back tray that goes on the back here for a cooler or whatever gear that he needs to hold back here. Jeff's got the limiter strap bracket welded in place, and everything is finish welded on the rear axle. Brackets are done. And he's also got the rear tray cut out and ready for dimple dyeing. Now there's his new tools. Gonna try out these dimple dyes for the first time.
See how that goes.
Yeah.
Got the engine lift all plasma cutouts. Need to weld that together.
Nice. So this is just the top plate that goes underneath the intake, right?
I think so.
And then these go on the heads?
On the cylinder heads, yeah.
Two different lifting styles. Get those cleaned up and welded together.
So that just gotta go on there.
If you need one of these made up, let Jeff know. He can print you one out. First set of dimple dies done. Gonna try to bend it up and form it into the shape now. So Jeff's finally got his rack fully mounted.
Something like this?
Something like that. Fit some of those, a couple of those, in a cooler.
3 times as many of those.
3 times as many of those. All right. I've been taking apart some of the rear stuff. So the gas tank is out now. A lot of the stuff for the rad is out, the rad lines, and some of the wiring is out. So the rad's ready to come out soon. Drive shafts are coming off. Probably start undoing the transfer case and get this engine ready to come out. All right, radiator's out, rear drive shaft is out, the front drive shaft's still in. And we're just about to drop the skid plate. We got it all unbolted now. Sweet. I think it's messy.
Well, greasy.
Oh yeah.
Lots of spare parts down there.
Look at all the goodies in there. There's washers.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Get the transfer case out soon. Front drive shaft. And get this motor ready to pull. All this wiring's got to be cleaned up. It's coming apart. Look at that. Yes. Really curious to find out what the gearing is in here, because we know that they go up to a 3.8, and this thing had super low gearing on 43s. And with the new 410s and 47s, it should be about the same gearing. Just really curious as what's in there. Open that up soon. Oils are drained. Transfer case is out. Pretty much everything in the rear has been taken out now. This thing's coming apart. Right, so we've got everything disconnected from the chassis. And the motor and transmission's ready to come out. Jeff's got his lift plate welded and mounted on there. It's pretty swanky. Everything's out and cleaned up on this side. Motor and tranny are just ready to come out. It's all just gonna be woo! We got the engine out. Gonna wheel her over and set her on some tires. First look at it without the engine. Woo! Pumped.
Plate worked great.
Yeah, that plate worked great. If you need a lift plate, let Jeff know. He can print you one out and weld it up for you. Working too hard, I had to go get a snack.
The big crunches.
KFC. Oh, it's so dirty in here still. Next thing that's gotta come out is the axles.
Rear diffs.
Rear diff, front diff. And then she's a bare chassis. Just the skins will be on it by the time we're done. So much room for activities now. Doesn't look like much when it's a bare frame. All sweaty, all dirty. But we did it. No axles, no engine, no nothing. She is stripped. The engine. The only thing left are the bump stops on the front. And then the skins, they're gonna be final fitted and finished up. Finish welding on there. Lots of finish welding to do. Lots of places along the frame here where he's written fill or grind. And get the frame all ready for powder coat in 2 weeks? Week?
By a week.
More than 1 week. Be ready to go. Send her south. Get it cleaned up. Frame is completely torn down. All the skins are off. We're gonna take it for a wash. Get this thing all cleaned up. Get all that dirt and oil off of it. The shop is a mess. Tires and parts everywhere.
Whole vehicle in here. All
Yeah.
bouncer.
Yeah.
Parts.
Links, intake, transfer case, hoses, engine, wiring. All of it. Hell yeah. So we're hauling the buggy down to another shop where there's indoor pressure washer. And we're gonna get that thing cleaned up nice. Get all that oil and grime off there. Just got her hanging off the roof here. Make sure we get the bottom all nice and clean. First belly rub. There's fucking steamy in here. This is all clean. Heading back home. There we go. She's back home in her shop where she belongs. All cleaned up. Well, that's a wrap for this episode. It was a pretty successful weekend. We managed to get the buggy completely stripped down, cleaned, and now Jeff is going to spend all week going over, finish welding the tabs, finish welding the roof, and get it ready for powder coat possibly next week. Send her down. So you guys stay tuned. Till next episode.